Yo, what's going on to whoever may be watching this?
Welcome back to Six Men.
Today, we got a new type of video. We are doing our top 10 NBA teams going into this year. What's interesting is neither of us know what we're gonna say. We have two different opinions. We didn't discuss it beforehand. We are doing this blindly and we're gonna see if we agree or disagree. Shit like that. So we're gonna hop right into it. But before that,
If you like this type of video, let us know down below and leave a like.
we have nothing else to talk about in the beginning, so let's hop right into it. For me, my number 10 team going into the 2021-2022 season is the Atlanta Hawks. After last season and the run that they made, I cannot count them out. During the offseason, they did not make a whole lot of moves, but they really didn't need to. They re-signed Trey. They have John Collins. They have a good mix of young players and vets. They're motivated. They're ready. I think they are a top 10 team in the league.
He said the Hawks is number 10. I had the Mavericks. I was going to put the Hawks at 10 or 11, but they're right outside that line of top 10 in the league. But I have the Mavericks at top 10, mainly because Luka Doncic. You know, he's the only superstar on the team, so he's just been carrying the load. You've seen him perform last year in the playoffs against the Clippers, against a defensive team. Averaged 34. Come on, like, that's superstar right there. The only problem is they don't have a secondary scoring option.
I mean, Porzingis.
Yeah, but he's like iffy all the time.
It's your mindset.
No.
Yeah, so tell me about that.
Thank you.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., he's on and off. You saw last year in the playoffs. He can hit whenever or he can miss whenever. But they added Reggie Bullock. Next year they should get better though, you know. Year 4 Luka, Jared Dudley's assistant coach, and now Jason Kidd's the head coach. Championship DNA. We'll see though.
Moving to the 9th spot, I know if you are a Utah Jazz fan, you are going to be pissed, but they are definitely the 9th best team. I don't care.
I like this.
I don't care that they were the number 1 team in the league last year. They're pretenders. They have a solid lineup. We understand that. Defensive player of the year. They have Donovan Mitchell. But like they don't have enough superstar caliber players. I don't believe that they are title contenders. I do understand they're one of the best shooting teams in the league, but they're pretenders. I don't believe in the Jazz, and they proved that to me last year.
I like to add to that. I have the same team, Utah Jazz. You know, they're a great team, top 10 team in the league, but they need one more piece to go over that hump to be that top 5 in the league, true contenders. I'm thinking like an all-star.
They need a borderline all-star kind of player.
Because they have a good lineup. They have the defensive player of the year. They have a whole bucket in Donovan Mitchell. He's been shooting good in the playoffs. And then they had the 6th man of the year, Jordan Clarkson.
And they got Mike Conley as well.
They do.
But you still need something else when you're versing teams like the Nets, the Lakers, the Bucks.
Exactly.
But they're the 9th spot for both of us. I kind of figured that. Moving on to the number 8 spot, I got the Golden State Warriors. People forgot about the Warriors. They are coming back healthy this year. Curry, Draymond, and Klay's coming back Christmas. That's the reason why I have them a little farther down, is because Klay is coming back a little bit later in the year. They picked up Iggy. Iggy is back. They got Otto Porter, who's a good shooter. They got Wiseman, Wiggins. They got a bunch of players. They got the coach. They haven't really been contending the past couple of years. They've had a lot of injuries. We all know Klay, but this year they're coming back. They got a strong lineup. They're hungry, and they believe. Their big 3, Draymond, Klay, and Curry, believe that they are still contenders, and that's why I got them at the 8th spot.
And my number 8, I got the Los Angeles Clippers. All right, I'm not a Clippers fan. It don't matter. They're still a team in the league. Come on, top 8 in the league. They have only Paul George this year. He's a superstar. He's been showing though in the playoffs he can shoot and he could play. Like,
I think he proved it last year. He's back.
Yeah, he's back. No more playoff P or way off P, whatever they call him. But besides Paul George, they have Reggie Jackson. He averaged 17 in playoffs last year. He's been playing good. But they lost Rondo. They lost Beverly, like 2 defensive dogs, and now they picked up Eric Bledsoe. Like, he's a question mark for me. Like, I don't know how he's going to do on that team, you know? They added Justice Winslow. He's a 2-way player, could shoot the 3.
Forgot about that.
But besides that, like, who do they have? Like, it's only Paul George, I feel like. We'll see, though. We'll see how it is this season.
Going next to the 7th spot, this was a little tough for me. I had a couple teams that were trickling in here, but I finally made my decision. The Phoenix Suns. Listen, I understand that they made the finals last year. I think that is their absolute peak. If Clippers are healthy, they don't make the finals. And during the offseason, they really haven't done much. The only thing that happened was they re-signed CP3. Besides the CP3, I guess they added Shamit, a shooter.
God damn it, Shamit.
God damn it, Shamit. But besides that, they really don't have much. They don't have enough star power, in my opinion. Chris Paul was once a star. He's still a great point guard, but he's obviously on the tail end of his career. His finals grade that I gave him was like a B+, and that's not going to be good enough. They obviously have Devin Booker. They have the experience. I just don't think they're a strong enough team.
What about Cam Johnson though?
Campaign,
not Johnson.
All right,
Campaign is a bucket.
Campaign had a nice campaign for a great player. But still, I don't think they got enough.
For my number 7 spot, I got the Denver Nuggets.
Ooh.
Big three of Jamal Murray, MPJ, and Jokic. The MVP of last year. Michael Porter Jr. is an up-and-coming star. He averaged 18 last year. And then Jamal Murray. We've seen Jamal Murray play in the playoffs in the bubble and drop 50. Like, we've all seen that. Come on now.
That definitely happened.
I mean, they have great shooting around them. They average 38% from three as a team, you know? Added Austin Rivers again from this offseason, but that's about it. They had the same team, basically.
They were just hurt.
Exactly, they were hurt. That was their downfall. It was their injuries. But next year, I can see the Denver Nuggets coming back for a revenge season. Watch it.
That was it for our number 7. Now we're hopping into our 6. So my 6 is actually the Denver Nuggets for basically everything Jonathan just said. He didn't really bring up Aaron Gordon, though, who, when Aaron Gordon was healthy with MPJ, Jokic, and Jamal Murray, they were nasty. The Nuggets were looking really unstoppable. I think with that healthy team, they're definitely a title contender. Besides their big 4, I guess you could even say, they got Jeff Green, and Jeff Green is the definition of a role player. That man does exactly what you need. The Nuggets are looking strong. I got them at the 6.
All right, for my number 6 team, I got the Golden State Warriors. You had them, what, 8th or 9th? Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm going to tell you why they're going to be the 6th this year, all right? They're big 3. They're going to have the big 3 back, the reunion. Curry, Thompson, and Draymond, all right?
Yeehaw.
Curry's going to be come on, you saw him be a scoring champion last year. He might be the MVP next year. You know he's going to show he's the best shooter in the league still.
Ever.
Klay Thompson's be 80% of himself, but you know he's still going to shoot the lights out. Like, come on. Like, we know that. Draymond's going to be Draymond. They have a two-way player in Wiggins, you know. They got a young center in Wiseman and a young bench players, you know, Kuminga, Lee, JTA. They've all played for a year together, except for Kuminga, but they'll play together for a year, so they're going to get better. And let's not forget, their big 3 won a championship before. They've showed it before.
Two championships.
Two, yeah, exactly.
And the greatest season in NBA history.
They have.
The Warriors, for me, are kind of like a swing team because you just got to wait for Klay. And once Klay's back, you know.
I think he's the X factor, honestly.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. All right, I'm going to have a lot of skeptics on this, and people may call me a Clipper D-Rider, but at the 5 spot, I do, in fact, have the Clippers. Listen, Kawhi's knee, partially torn. With Kawhi Leonard, whenever he may come back, they are still a top 5 team in the league. Until then, I have complete trust in Paul George to perform at a high level the whole entire season. He stays healthy, that Clippers team is just going to ride Paul George. They got a nice squad. Bledsoe, I think, is an underrated pickup. Even with Bledsoe, they got bench depth. They got Ibaka back. They got Kennard, who his contract is a little questionable, a little overpaid,
very
possibly.
questionable.
But he's a bucket. They have buckets. Kawhi and PG are still 2 of the best, if not the best, two-way players in the league. They're what the NBA is. Long, small forward, kind of guard, 6'8". That's what runs the league right now. That's what they are. They also have Morris, who is an absolute fucking Rottweiler on the court. Listen, I know Kawhi's hurt, but still, in my opinion, they are still, I'll say it again, still a top 5 team in the league. Come on, man.
My top 5 team in the league is the Miami Heat, mainly because they're offseason. They added Kyle Lowry and they added PJ Tucker, and then now Oladipo's back in the lineup because he's going to be healthy next season. But they're going to be great next year. We've seen them get to the finals, you know, and perform. So I mean, I don't think they're question marks. I think they're going to be great next year.
All right, well now we're on to the 4th spot, and my 4th spot is the Miami Heat. Basically everything he just said. Just look at the moves that they made. Let's think about the potential starting lineup. At the 1, Kyle Lowry. At the 2, Oladipo. 3, Jimmy Buckets. 4, PJ Tucker. 5, Bam Adebayo. The chemistry is still there. They got the coach. They got the depth. They got Duncan Robinson. They got Tyler Hero. These guys perform. They are probably one of the deepest teams in the league. One of the most talented. I think they have a good chance of making a finals run.
My fourth best team in the league is the Phoenix Suns. I don't know how we had them in what? 7?
Bro. They're not
Wow.
they're not
They just made it to the finals, man. They gotta be top 4. Chris Paul, Ayton, Booker. Chris Paul, point guard. I don't think I'd say anything about that. He could have played better in the finals, but I still think they're a top 4 team with him. Devin Booker showed he could hit clutch shots in the most clutch moments. And DeAndre Ayton, I mean, he kind of disappeared in the finals a little bit at the end of it, but he showed he could play. So maybe one more year.
It's easy to stand under the fucking rim and just get wide open. It's really
it is easy, but hey, he's good at it. Gotta give him some credit.
Okay.
But and then off the bench they have Campaign. We've talked about him already, whole bucket. But I think they're still going to be good next year.
Oh, I think they're going to be good too, but I do not think they're a top 5.
And then they also added JaVale McGee, another bench center. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. But they are my top 4 team in the East, the league.
We're on the 3 spot right now. Listen.
Don't.
The 3 spot is unquestionably the Lakers. Now let me tell you why. I understand they just got Westbrook. I understand that they are one of the best defensive teams in the league. I get it. But let's look at some things. LeBron is getting old. He's gonna perform when he's on the floor, but he's gonna get old, so you know what that means. Couple more missed games. Who else is right behind him? Anthony Davis. We know that man is a walking injury. The Lakers have a lot of talent, do not get me wrong, but they got a lot of things to worry about. They got to worry about the injuries. Something else that kind of worries me too is LeBron and AD are the only 2 returning from last year.
Don't matter.
Okay, but
Don't matter.
Chemistry, I think we would all agree,
We got Dwight
is a
Howard back.
huge part of winning basketball. The Lakers pretty much got everything you need, but I do not believe that they are a better team than the Bucks or the Nets. For that, they're at the 3 spot.
You're bugging.
No, I'm not.
You're bugging. At my 3 spot, this is truth-telling, not opinionated. The Brooklyn Nets are the 3rd best team in the league.
That is absolute bullshit.
Listen, we know who's on the team, the big 3, Kyrie, James Harden, KD. You know, any one of those players can get you 50 any given night.
Stoned.
We know that, right?
You're stoned. You're drunk.
You can use one or two of those players to win you games throughout the season. We get it. Cool. They're a great regular season team. We get it. But they still can't fix their problem.
What's their problem?
Rim protection. Rim protection. All right, I'm telling you.
So the reason you don't have them, they're at the 3, is because of rim protection.
Yes, they're not completely built.
You heard it. He admitted it. You heard it.
I don't believe in them. I'm a truth teller. Remember that, people.
What the fuck?
All right, they need a real rim protector.
Bruh.
DeAndre Jordan ain't gonna help you.
Bruh.
Nick Claxton ain't gonna help you.
Bruh.
If they added someone like Dwight, like the Lakers did, maybe they'd be 1 or 2, but they ain't. They're a great regular season team. They're probably gonna drop buckets, whatever. They ain't getting past the Bucks again.
Claxton?
Claxton, whatever.
Can't even say his
Claxton.
name
His name is.
I can't believe you actually have the Lakers at 3. I mean, the Nets at 3. That's absolutely insane to me. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. That's why we have this. Defending champs. I thought the top 3 was a pretty easy thingy. Nets, Bucks, Lakers. But I guess, whatever. Bucks at the 2 spot. Listen, defending champs, like I already just said. They check off everything. Good chemistry. Good star power. Good coach. Good vets. Good young core. They have everything you need. They proved it last year. The Bucks, Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday, Mike Budenholzer, all of them. They're fine. They're in the run. In a 7-game series, if they're against the Lakers, I have them. And it's not being a Laker hater. It's really not. It really is
He's
not.
a hater.
I'm not a hater, but I'm just
hater.
looking at the youth, the chemistry. LeBron's old, AD's getting, we know how he is. I get it. The Lakers have one of the oldest teams in the NBA right now. I cannot see the Lakers beating the Bucks, which is the reason why I have the Bucks over them. The biggest reason that I have the Bucks at the 2 spot is they're coming off a chip, and Giannis has proved that he is, in fact, different.
All right, so my second best team in the league, I'll add to him. It definitely is the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, Giannis is not just different. He's the best player in the league right now. He won a chip, rose the trophy. He's the best player in the league right now. He averaged 35 in the finals. Come on. That's not heard of.
It's true.
Chris Middleton showed that he's a secondary scoring option, like an actual scoring option. And then Drew Holiday just...
The best defender in the
Yeah, he can guard anyone. Literally anyone. So, I mean, their chemistry's going to get better. They should just feel they can beat any team in the league. They did it last year. They can do it again. That's all I'm going to say.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
it. The Bucks at the top 3 is a given. The top 3 is a lock.
Yeah.
Like the teams, I guess you can swap them up.
I feel like any team can win the top 3.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll go on to my number 1 team in the league that I thought was obvious, the Brooklyn Nets.
Not obvious.
Listen, they got the best scoring trio in the league, maybe ever. The isolation ball is unbelievable. You cannot guard them. You could say that the Nets they don't have the rim protection, all that bullshit. But who won the chip last year, right? The Bucks. The Nets played the Bucks with a healthy team 1 or 2 games. I don't really recall.
I think it was 2 games.
But I think the opening game to that series, when Harden, Kyrie, and KD were all healthy, they beat the Bucks by a record NBA playoff record. Say it again, record 50 points.
Bad night.
And wait, what happens now? Oh, the Nets pick up Aldridge. They get Paul Milley, 7-time All-Star in Aldridge, 4-time All-Star in Paul Milley, scoring threats. The Nets are saying, fuck defense. They don't care. They're just going to put the gas all the way. Your foot on the gas all the way. They're just going to score and score. And I see you want to say something. Say something. Say it. Say it with your chest. No, yeah, you better fucking wait. It's my turn. I'm talking right now. Listen. You could say they don't have the rim protection. Nick Claxton's young and he's just long. Like, he's fine. Throw him under the rim. We'll get dunked on a few times. But they are going to shoot the shit out of the ball, and there's no one in the league that can guard KD. And Harden and Kyrie are probably the next 2 and 3 unguardable players in the league. There's probably other names you could throw in there, but that is the best scoring trio in the league. When they were healthy, they were unbeatable. Now they all got a couple months to rest. They're good. They were this close from making it to the finals. Literally this close, a fucking centimeter off the 3-point line for KD. That's it. Nets are the best team in the league.
Enough of that baloney. Enough of that nonsense. Go back to the truth telling. The best team in the league is obviously the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, he went over who's on the team, whatever, but I'm going to get to the main part. The main part of why they're the best team in the league, all right? What do you get when you have LeBron, AD, Westbrook? What does LeBron go with? All-stars and veterans that can shoot. And they also have a rim protector.
Yeah, Westbrook can shoot good.
Oh, it's all right. It don't matter.
Really good.
We got Ellington, Ariza, none.
Ellington was out of the league for how many years?
Don't matter. He's a shooter. You don't lose how to shoot, bro. It happens. I'm telling you. They're gonna be nice next year. And don't forget, during the offseason, everyone was calling LeBron washed king. AD's not healthy. He can't be healthy. He's made of glass. Westbrook. They're coming different next year.
All 3 of those things are true, though.
It ain't true.
All 3 of them are true.
I'm a truth teller. I'm gonna tell you. They're the favorites in the West, and then we get number 5. LeBron's getting number 5 after this year. Lakers and Bo.
Let us know who you think had the better list. You did not have the better
list.
On now. Let's hopefully our editor can maybe keep track of our teams. Like right here, you might be able to put them up. If you can't, then I'm just talking to you right now, doing nothing, but whatever. If you enjoyed this type of vid, let us know in the comments. Turn on the notification bell. Subscribe. This was honestly one of my favorite videos to do yet.
Definitely was fun.
That was fun. I like that.
Yes.
That was cool.
Thanks for watching. All our links in our social medias will be down below. TikTok, Instagram, daily TikTok, daily Instagram posts. We'll catch you next time.